They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the back, the Ball State Cardinals, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Buckeyes will put total leather and will get started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Ball State's offense will get the first swing of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Ball is loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive. But the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
Great place to start for this offense. To the air, it's Sayens. Gets it out quickly.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Catch in the middle, it's Tate. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Using his legs and Peoples. Got some room into the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
The Cardinals with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield and make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Kelly. Here's a heat. Grab behind the line. It's Ashley. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the 1st down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
And the Cardinals send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
And the Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher in the line of Chase Young, the closest. Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. The snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back, and that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
The Cardinals with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Kelly. Get it out on the screens. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. But how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocked to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
I love the start for this quarterback on 3rd down. 3rd down, obviously money down, got to have success. But to have success early, now it opens up everything. Like, we trust him. He's got a rhythm going. He's feeling good, and he got a lot of confidence.
And the Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by them.
They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
They couldn't connect on second down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. Fires to the wideout. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, show your exotic looks, get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
The Cardinals will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The give on the inside. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside.
Offense will take that. 3-5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
He'll keep it himself. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The play action fake. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down at the 49. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and then bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. And if they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Sends it back in motion to throw. It's Sayens. Makes the grab. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in. This passing attack, it's lethal. Because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. You got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys out of the
They've hit him with back-to-back chunk plays. Now it's 1st and goal. Lost to throw again. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking left. Makes a connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Rushes on him. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you've seen performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it. Recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
And the Cardinals trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to pass. It's Kelly. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Oh, is that even how is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Looking for space. It's Jackson. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25. Give him 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Makes the catch. It's Tate. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter.
They got the first down. They got it.
They jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats.
First down.
Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the 2nd quarter. First play of the period, 1st down here. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slots, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. So nice to have a target like that.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed over the middle, it's Tate. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive lines. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
They're not scored here.
From the red zone, looking for a space. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
I tell you.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20 to nothing. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21 to nothing. They march 78 yards down the field, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. On the move, it's Ashley. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Cardinals with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The option looks. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The bike I thought was really good. Katie, there was that one guy on the outside.
Because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure.
Seen that. I was waiting for him to take it.
Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Now, on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Kelly. Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere,
makes it so hard for him on third down.
You can shake them up, or you can get to the quarterback and affect them. We all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Wants to return it. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Jackson. At the 35, he's loose. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Looking to throw and Sayans unleashes one deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
I've seen him come across the field.
The defense was all over it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw
He read that the whole way.
Recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get back and get him down for a big loss.
And the Cardinals have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Under fire. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
That's a play the quarterback just has to get his feet set and then step into his throw. That's a big target he's throwing to. He shouldn't miss that pass, but he did because he was throwing off his back legs.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chain. Bring in the heat.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Cardinals will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense breaks into the open. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
And if I'm this defense, man, number 1, 2, and 3 is stopping this quarterback, and he's done it by air and now by land. Like running the option, having success. We got to get dialed in. He is the playmaker on this offense. I got to go stop him.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking downfield. It's Sayers. A strike downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
Got it in the middle. It's Smith. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver has some
Get
time
the
to find
touchdown.
the soft spot on himself and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
And the Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Slams ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. He'll do it himself. Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has
pretty damn fast, too.
Speed. You saw it on that option play.
Off the play fake on first down. To throw. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy, because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
Well, and on these little push
Got some good blocks, though. He did.
Trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of
Should have been tapped for a while back, though, but he had blockers, so only need one more block.
You immediately have to be rotating when you
At
see
least got
that
the first
motion.
down.
So everybody's got to communicate.
Or made a guy
More.
miss.
That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of his spot.
He smacked.
Through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
And the Cardinals line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on. That one as it hops out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll give it to the back. May not be the most memorable play of the day.
He was almost gonna. He was gonna go.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Gonna run it. It's Jackson. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that.
Yeah, they were.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The Buckeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. He'll keep it on the sneak. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down.
He didn't.
One at the line of scrimmage.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his speed. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Kelly. Forced out of the pocket. It's a fumble on the play. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
Motion from the back. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Tate. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Jackson. There he goes. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to. Scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he closed the deal by racing 35 yards to pay dirt. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. To the air, it's Kelly. Sets up the screen. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4. They were
Not
able
a
to
bad
move the ball
screen,
to
just
running back
not
in
enough
space,
blockers.
but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground, and you want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And the undisputed star of the half has been that lockdown corner. The coaches told us how good he was, but I almost think they undersold how impactful he would be. Ultra physical with zero hesitation. And with hands like that, I wonder if they don't think about using him in the passing game at some point. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
The Cardinals will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Quarterback on the keeper. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He almost got licked on that.
So hard to diagnose, just like right there. He picks up a little chunky yards, not a big chunk. It's so easy when you run the read options.
Why is that? Why is it easy?
Because if you want to play fast to the football, well then fine, I'm going to pull the ball right now and to use your aggressiveness against you. But if you want to sit back, then fine, I'm going to give the ball right now and get a little chunky yards.
The fuck was that?
Across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Gonna run it. It's Jackson.
Man, it's really
Hey,
hard to
looks
get
good right from the get-go.
You don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Sayers. He's got him. Oh, what a caught. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter they come out and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
The Buckeyes are on the move. They'll leave it with him. And he does a really nice job finding open space.
He was about to be gone if he got that corner right there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense.
He was going for them blockers. Yep, some 2 blockers right there. He was going to wrap around them.
It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Looking to throw for it. Caught in the backfield. It's Peoples. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't
Yeah, they
work
were.
out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situations. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. He'll bring it out. It's Horton. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. They'll run the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you've got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pulls and fires complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, if you're going to get first downs against this defense, you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to make people miss. This is an excellent tackling unit. You saw it on that last play.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1.
Man, interesting play call on 3rd and long. I think we're thinking pass and which matchup do they try to exploit, and they try to sneak a run in there, and the play's fine. I mean, they run the option very unsuccessfully, small gain, and now we got 4th down.
They boot it away on 4th down. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Caught in the backfield, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's got some space. They get him out of bounds. Couple yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production, but listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently.
It'll be 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Dropping back, it's Sayens. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Bringing it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ball State takes over the football, and the Cardinal offense headed out. Here's the pressure. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright. You just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
And the Cardinals with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The give on the option. Breaks into the open. And they're able to make the tackle.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and then an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the 1st down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down and shoot. And I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
Gives it on the option. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Big 3rd down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on 3rd down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Weatherly.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
The Cardinals can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking for room. It's Ashley. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And the Cardinals come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. This one away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll try the right side. Got enough for the 1st down. All down, but he has enough to
He almost broke that.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He's got incredible speed.
You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the 2nd half to get back in this game?
This quarterback, part of their running game. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Man, those last 2 plays were disasters, and now it's 3rd and 17. Scanning the field, it's Sayans. He'll take a deep shot here. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Leaves it with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Unloads to the wideout. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
That was all yours.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Snatches it on the run. And the defense was on its heels.
He fucking had it.
Completion.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot.
Oh, he knocked it out of his hand.
Perfect time right there.
And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulders of those 5 offensive linemen.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to pass, it's Kelly. Quickly out to the tight end. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how
A massive 4th quarter comeback. Ah, shit!
Couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You've got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much.
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more.
Got it.
Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. On the ground, it's Ashley.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous
Nowhere.
instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Kelly. Pocket breaking down. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short.
Quarterback sneak, probably.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt.
Oh, lose that way.
The uprights. And the field goal was good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit.
And you just sort of wonder if that's some kind of moral victory from the head coach. You're not going to get shut out in front of all of these eyeballs. We're just going to put 3 points up on the board. As a player, I used to absolutely hate that if I was on the losing team, because you're just trying to save face. I want to go down and try and score a touchdown. I know that the chances aren't great, but let me go out there and compete.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll run the toss. Got the first down.
Oh, shit!
Kearney on the jet.
He's gone! He's gone! He's gone!
He was losing setting sail, and they stopped him at the 6-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd, because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Nice. Just fucking got him at what? The 3-yard line?
The Buckeyes
6?
line it up with a
Oh, he
first
must
and
have went
goal.
out or something. I don't know why they called him at 6.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. They just can't do it better.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
2nd and goal, no dice for this offense. If I'm on offense right now, I'm thinking about who are my mismatches, who are my big bodies out wide that I can throw them the football and they can make a play over top of somebody.
How about this defense digging in its heels after the big play? It's now 3rd and goal. Takes the handoff. It's Peoples. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
3rd and goal, and I like the play call. You're trying to run it in. You expect to be physical, but this offensive line's just not getting the job done. They need more push.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Already 1 for 1 on field goals today. He'll try to make it 2 for 2 from 22. And this one is perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Ball State gets it back. The offense headed to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Rides to back and leaves it.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the line.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to throw, it's Kelly. Finds his man, it's Hamilton. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And I like having matchups outside like this. Guys that I know will win right away. 3rd down, find my guy, get him the rock, he gets the first down.
The Cardinals are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And we've seen a lot of that in this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field. So somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Gives it on the option. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Wiggles free. Fires left. It's caught. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Got enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cardinals kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Looking downfield, it's Kelly. Under fire. Buys a little time with his feet. He's going to run it. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate. And you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The Cardinals in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Snagged in the middle. It's Weatherly. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Take the profit, right? Pitch and catch. Defense in zone coverage. Receivers got some access. Just spit it out to him. Let him catch it, advance, and get what he can get.
And the Cardinals pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Off play action on first down. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And it's just so fun to be a play caller when you got a QB that can do that. Like, it's a pass play. Nope, he pulls it down, chews up yardage, gets a first down. And both of these quarterbacks, man, they have this ability to make big plays.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ball State.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. And they're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the 4th quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
Getting set for the point after. blitz the uprights. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
To the air, it's Sayers. Got a man, it's Smith. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
Outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
The receiver on the jet sweep. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack, and they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got him downfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins the football game.
The Buckeyes are flying down the field. Try to get it to the edge. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Sayers. With the catch, it's Smith. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. This dude is putting up numbers. He just cracked the 150 mark in receiving yards.
Man, he's a weapon, Reese. He runs routes, he's fast, he's great with the football in his hands, and he can line up in a lot of different spots and run the entire route tree. I mean, what can this guy do?
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Pulls it in. It's Smith. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the quick game is so good. And then you take shots when you get matchups, and you see tight ends now that move like wide receivers and running backs that move like receivers. There's so many ways that quarterbacks can hurt you now, and he showed all of it today.
Well, you wonder how this guy is so dynamic. It's because of his speed. You simply can't coach that. You saw it on that last carry.
And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Game. Time right now. Alright, it's time for the good game. It is time for the good game, fellas. Let me take a picture of that. Oh, they did score, didn't they, huh? They let them score fucking 10 points, motherfuckers. At Texas.
Showdown here. A matchup of two elite quarterbacks. Might not see a better QB duel all season long. Both guys hoping to use this big stage to display their supremacy. This is Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Stadium, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 12th-ranked team, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get right to the action. Return starts from inside the 5. And the coverage team gets him down. Not much gained on that return. Buckeyes offense making their way on the field to open this game. Kirk, not often these days you see a matchup as good as this between two elite running backs, two guys with the focal point of the offense.
And talking to them this week, you know they are both hyped up to go against each other, both looking for bragging rights. Can't wait to see who ends up playing better.
Back to pass. It's Sayin. Grabbed by the receiver.
We see this all over the country now in college football. Defensive backs staying back a little bit deeper, forcing the quarterback to have to throw things in front. I like the decision here by the quarterback because he gets positive yards. It's a good way of staying ahead of the chains.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looking right, this one caught. Solid gain there. Moves the ball out to the 32.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Looking to throw here. It's a quick route. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Second down after that short completion. Play fake, looking to throw. Grab made by the tight end. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
Back to throw again. The pocket breaking down. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Chris, they don't hit this pass, but I love the approach here as a play caller. Taking a shot and being aggressive, getting that ball downfield, stretching that defense. Try to keep those safeties back. It can open up other aspects of your offense.
The Buckeyes will bring their punt team on the field now. And the returner is tackled by this punt coverage team. The Longhorns offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. And Kirk, this is what we've been looking forward to. A matchup of two quarterbacks who are elite, very competitive, matched up against each other today. One of the better matchups we'll see all season.
Yeah, a game that we really pointed to all summer. Looking forward to this matchup. Knew these two quarterbacks would go head-to-head. Very important that they don't get caught up in the individual matchup. They just go out, work against these defenses that they're facing, and try to put up as many points as they can. Chris, this is what I'd love to see from a defense is the linebackers are scraping, doing their job, but you need help from the secondary. And when you have aggressive tacklers on the back end, you got a great defense. This time, the secondary makes the difference.
Back's got it again. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, I know it's not a huge gain. You didn't pick up the first down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
A tough situation for the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. He finds his man. The defense will wrap him up after an 8-yard gain. It'll bring up 4th down.
Now the defense plays it pretty well. Force the quarterback to make the throw in front of you as a defense. Then you square up and make the tackle. Force them to do something special after the catch. That tactic works here. Now we've got a 4th down.
And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And here's the return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They came up empty in the last possession, forced to punt it away. And they begin to click now. Grab down the middle. It's Smith. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a 1st down.
Boy, what a big-time play here by this wide receiver. You know, sometimes, Chris, I wonder if Woody Hayes would be enjoying this modern passing attack from his Buckeyes. And I like to think that winning would outweigh any concerns he may have about that ball being in the air so often.
Play action here on 1st down. He's got it in the open. They make the stop, but it's a big gain down to the 29.
Nice play action call here by this offensive coordinator. You know, you can freeze those linebackers just for a split second. Usually that's going to give you enough room to be able to get that tight end behind them. And if the quarterback can make a nice tight throw like this.
Damn near field goal range almost. Wow.
Back to throw. It's Sayans. Throws to the tight end. Deflected by the defense and incomplete.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
Completion makes it 2nd down. the snap, and he's looking to throw. He lets it go. The defender gets a hand in there to break the pass up.
Really good job here showing discipline by this defense. Seeing that corner route, did exactly what they needed to do to be in position to make that an incompletion.
There's two people. That was like a double team.
Two incompletions sets up 3rd and 10. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. The receiver makes the catch.
On 3rd downs like this, you can only allow completions in
For field goals, almost like they got comfortable knowing that they were already in field goal range, so they didn't really. Well, no, they tried to do that. That was on the quarterback, both first and receiver.
And that one's straight down the middle. So we have our first points on the board. That makes it 3-0.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Take it. Take it.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. The Longhorns offense takes the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together with this drive? There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Offense facing a 2nd and 10. Play action fake, looking to throw. Looks toward the sideline and finds the running back. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch.
Good open field.
Hey, it's a game, but you get the sense that this offense wanted a little bit more from that play.
So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. Dropping back, it's Manning. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
They'll kick it away here.
Intercepted that, man. They go down the sideline.
That's a solid game. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. Had to reluctantly settle for a field goal last time out. Really want to find the end zone here. And the defense smothers him for no gain. So the counter play doesn't work. The defense in good position that time to make a play.
Yeah, on most of these counters, you leave the in-man on the line of scrimmage unblocked and you try to pull those offensive linemen to kick him out. But if you have an aggressive defense, sometimes that can backfire, and the defense knew exactly what was coming there.
Caught over there we go. Smith. They finally make the tackle all the way down to the 32.
That's by his first reception.
The offensive coordinator, outstanding job of executing by the quarterback. With the defense trying to stop the run, the quarterback felt that, made a nice throw to the receiver. Look at this result. Positive yards.
1st and 10 now for the offense. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. Really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Looking to pass. It's Sayan. He's running out of time here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit.
Defense does a great job of taking everything away downfield. This quarterback wanted to take a shot, but nothing is there. The only problem is they didn't account for him taking off and running, so he picks up the first down.
The Buckeyes look to keep this drive moving. Quarterback still with the football. They've got him in the backfield. It's a 4-yard loss.
Man, oh man, was the defense
he just got fucking smoked.
Just searching for anywhere to go, looking for daylight, but couldn't find anywhere to go in the keeper.
Didn't expect to lose 4 in the first down run. Set up now 2nd and 14. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Caught quickly. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Catch made, looking for the goal line. He moves the ball to the 7-yard line. Offense has a 1st and goal now.
Oh, I love it. Keep the kicker on the sideline. This offense knows when you're in the red zone, you got to come away with 6. Great play to keep this drive moving.
Buckeyes trying to punch it in. It's 1st and goal. On 1st down, it's play action. Finds an open target on the left side. Tackled at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
Boy, tight windows is always down here. They have trust in throwing it. Just have to be smart.
2nd down and goal. It's a bootleg here. And they've got him on the blitz.
Well, once in a while, as a defensive coordinator, you roll the dice, take a chance, and hope to get home to the quarterback. That's exactly what occurred there with the free safety blitzing.
They're going to end up settling for a damn field goal game.
So here we go, 3rd and goal. Giving up that sack has made this a real headache for the offense. Let's see if they can convert. Makes the grab. Can he get there?
They're going to go for it or field goal? I imagine field goal. That's what they did last.
The coach chooses to go for a field goal attempt here. He was on target with his first try. This is a chip shot from 24 yards. He missed it. Off target that time. The lead remains 3 after that miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal in 3 points.
Well, at least I know they get real life now then.
You walk away with nothing.
Here's the first play of the drive now from that 20-yard line.
They got that part down.
Single back takes the handoff. That gain moves the ball out
For that defensive end.
Looks like a player is down injured at that last play.
I don't know what was on the other side on the back end. I didn't see anything.
2nd down after that previous
I
play.
didn't see anything right there.
Looking downfield, it's Manning.
Get
Bringing
it.
pressure. Pass rush gets home.
I mean, that's just being a difference maker up front. When you look at that uniform, you think over the years with Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, and Chase Young, and so many great defensive linemen. And this guy right here is showing you he's got some of the similar skill sets as some of those greats.
So here comes 3rd and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Looking to throw it on 3rd and very long. Oh, he makes the catch. They bring him down.
Nice, but
gain on the play.
One of the areas that separates good offensive coordinators from great ones is how efficient their offense is on 3rd down passing plays. And that was a perfect call and really well executed.
The Longhorns will line up on 1st and 10.
He's saying that there's some information people need to be aware of.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. He lets it rip.
I knew that. He gave him too much time.
The catch, but it's good enough for a first down. Off the play fake there, the big tight end gets open downfield.
I love this call right here. Every time you can run the football, eventually it opens up play action. Linebackers and safeties' eyes are in the backfield. They lose the tight end completely, and a quarterback throws that one on rhythm for a nice game.
This area is definitely capable of producing a magnitude 7 in the region.
And at the end
That
of the first
would be
quarter, let's check
devastating,
out the stats
devastating
so far.
than what they've said in the past. They said some of these areas are susceptible to strong shaking and very volatile, and they didn't realize it until these models pointed this out. They pinpoint areas of vulnerability in areas that would have very strong shaking in the San Francisco Bay
Back
Area.
at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play.
These tremors will be up to 50% more powerful than prior forecast for the population
The
centers.
defense all over it. They stop him right at the line. Looks like a man is down on the field at the last play, so we'll take a timeout.
Leandro and Almeida. They also have Emery.
The offensive coordinator bringing in some more blockers on the field. It's the full house. Play fake, looking to throw.
Here's another.
Makes a quick grab. Running with purpose. They bring him down after a short game there.
Well, it's one of the things I love about this running back. It's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Sixth play of the drive coming up.
Basically, a time saying it's going to be something around 7 or
They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. They get the third down conversion. First down now from the 37.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Receiver in motion now. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, this defense seems to be confused. That's back-to-back big carries for first downs. They better get it together, or this could be an easy drive for this offense.
The offense finally producing here. Sets up a first and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
Boy, the defense does such a good job of taking any threat downfield away. All you could do is throw it to his back, and a loss of yards, now you're behind the sticks.
Now it's second down here. To throw, it's Manning. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held on to the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
The United States in a bad position. Outside of anything militarily or anything like that, it really hurt us. You could also say the same.
So here comes third and long, trying to overcome that sack. This is going to be really difficult. Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Short connection to the tight end here. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
Great job here by the defense. Third down and long, you drop back in coverage, keep everything in front of you, force that quarterback to have to check the ball down, and then you rally to the football to force this fourth down. Great job here by the D.
The decision is not to go for it on fourth down. Here comes the field goal team. The field goal is good. The game is now tied.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now. And here's the return from inside the 5. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. They need something out of this possession. Last time they settled for a field goal attempt, but then they missed it. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. And he dumps it off to the tight end. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
Pass complete. It's 2nd down now. Looking for some space. It's Jackson. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
So a very makeable 3rd down for this offense from the 26-yard line. It's a keeper trying to get to the marker. There's the tackle, but 1st down yardage.
Now, how about that? Good job by the offensive line. The quarterback, they pick up this 1st down here on 3rd down and 1 with the QB sneak. There are a lot of bodies crowding around that line. He was able to find just enough space to pick up the 1st down and a new set of downs.
The Buckeyes lining up here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Sayans. Looks over the middle, and that's complete. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Anytime you have a chance to get this wide receiver isolated, to get the ball in his hands, you do it.
2nd down play coming up. Looking for a receiver. Running back grabs it on a screen. Spinning out of the tackle. That'll pick up 1st down yardage very near the 40.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers, the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a 1st down for this offense.
The Buckeyes pick up enough yards to move the sticks. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. Caught by the receiver. That's a quick tackle, but they pick up solid yardage on that short throw.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field. Somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
And he's tackled, but only after picking up a 1st down.
Well, they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
It's a nice job by this defense. They saw option, actually forced the quarterbacks to pull the ball on the read, and then they corral him for a loss. So you can tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Offense behind the 6 now in 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Ball handed to the running back. Breaks one tackle, gets brought down, but picks up some decent yardage.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through it.
They face a 3rd and short on the 9th play of this drive. And the quarterback keeps it here. Did not get there. And now it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back. That's on purpose.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
Needs a completion here on 4th down. He's got it, and that is enough for a 1st down. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
That's why you practice and practice and work on these routes. When you get to a 4th down, you trust the receiver to run not only a good route, but know exactly where he needs to go to be able to get the distance for that 1st down.
1st down and 10 now. There's the handoff. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
Another positive run on 1st and 10. You know, it's early on in this drive, but this defense has not shown the ability to stop the run. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I just keep running the football until they prove they can stop it.
A marathon drive developing here. Play number 12 for the offense. From the shotgun, handoff inside, and they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and to keep him short of the 1st down.
Offense hungry to convert here in 3rd down. They don't want to send out the field goal team after what happened in the last attempt. Trying to convert with a sneak.
Well, well, well. The old quarterback sneak. Whatever you got to do to keep this drive moving. We've seen them convert in different ways on this drive, and that sneak will keep this defense guessing when they're in short yardage coming up in the future.
And that run, good for 1st down yardage. The drive moves on. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Well, the play is just blown up by the big fella in the middle there, showing some quickness for his size.
Yeah, we know about his power, but how about his ability to penetrate there? And that's the quickest way to blow up a run game, is that interior penetration. If you're able to break through the middle of that offensive line, then you can create a lot of havoc in the middle.
Looks left and finds his target there.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receivers. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Buckeyes are going to take advantage of this red zone trap. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout before halftime. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now the defense will call a timeout here to make an adjustment on their side before this crucial play. So no field goal try here. Coach keeps the offense on the field to go for it on 4th down. Using his legs, it's Jackson. The Buckeyes offense is on the move now.
Boy, that is some determination by this offense here. Picking up a new set of downs on the run. The call works out perfectly. You just needed 2 yards, you pick it up, and now you've got another chance at points.
Defense spends their 2nd timeout to try to regroup. The Buckeyes begin a new series here, 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield. It's Smith. Brought down at the 5 after the catch. The offense really threatening now. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. Looking downfield, it's Sayans. Launching one to the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Ohio State. How in the world do you lose track of the reliable tight end on that play?
The only thing I can think about is the defense is so locked in on the wide receivers or maybe the running game that they just forgot about the tight end. The guy's wide open. That's an easy throw.
Now the all-important extra points. Connects on the PAT, so it's 10-3. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Offense out there to start a new drive from the 21. First down, looking to throw the ball. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
Anytime a quarterback and a receiver are in sync, you got a chance to make a very successful play. Great job here by the offense.
Gain moves the ball to the 38. Another first down. And he drops back in the gun. The sure hands. It's Washington. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the marker.
Chris, it just feels like the offense is almost teasing the defense with this play. As an offensive coordinator, quarterback, you're often looking for that soft spot in the zone. And here, they do a nice job of finding that hole for a nice gain.
That completion makes it second and short. To throw, it's Manning. A deep shot to the right. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
Well, it's an incompletion here. But I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
Off the incompletion, it sets up a third down and 3. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Bumps it down to the back. Longhorns looking to keep this drive moving.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on third down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Running out of time in the pocket. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. And he is wide open for a huge gain.
Now the quarterback found a matchup that he loved, gets a big gain with a nice throw, and now they're down in the red zone looking for some points.
Offense racing down the field. It sets up a 1st and goal inside the 10. Wants to throw it. That one is over everyone's head beyond the end zone and incomplete.
I think that's a smart play. Goal to go is tricky when you're trying to throw it in there. If it's not there, throw it away and live for the next down.
So getting nothing on first down makes it 2nd and goal from the 8. Back to pass. It's Manning. Under pressure, just lets it go. Just flings it out of bounds and pass rush closing in.
There's 2 straight incompletions now, and it's going to bring up a big 3rd and goal. Remember, don't be afraid to expand that playbook. You don't have to always look to throw the ball, especially after a couple incompletions. Don't be afraid to run the football. Your back can get to the end zone.
3rd and goal. Looking to throw the ball. But just gives up on the play, throws it away, and now it's 4th down.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
So on 4th down, they won't go for it. Out comes the field goal unit trying to add 3 points before halftime. Knocks that one right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. Fielded in the end zone. It's Tate. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. So they'll just take a knee here, and that will send us to halftime. Looks like the offense is content to run out the clock here and just take it to intermission. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Powers now has our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. It's time to throw it back to our guys in the booth to start up the second half.
Buckeyes will kick this away to start the second half. Fields it just outside the goal line. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Looking for a fast start, trying to take control of the game here in the third quarter. Dropping back, it's Manning. Catch hauled in here over the middle. Good enough for the first down to the 37.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
Gain moves the ball to the 37. Another first down. Caught behind the line. It's Moore. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
Here's the second down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Over the middle. It's Moore. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
Because what a play here by this receiver for a big game for Texas. And you think back over the years with Texas going back decades, I always think about running backs and, of course, quarterbacks. But there have been some receivers, Roy Williams and Devin Duvernay, guys like that. There have been others. But, man, plays like this is what you love to see. And kind of creating that new legacy for Texas of having elite receivers.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Fakes the handoff. Looking to throw. Oh, and it's almost picked off. A chance for their first interception today. Going to set up third down.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, and hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
QB decides to keep it here. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The offense has had really good rhythm in this drive, running the ball, throwing the football. Seems like every play has been positive yards until that stop right there by the defense.
Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. They will trust the kicker here from 55 yards out. Let's see if he can get it there. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. And it's still a 4-point margin after the miss.
That's a missed opportunity for some points here. The way they were moving the football, I thought maybe a touchdown, at the very least 3 points, but instead, he shanks it.
Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Scanning the field, it's Sayans. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Play never had a chance. Defense grabs him for a loss.
You know, he had nobody open downfield because of great coverage there by this defense. But what I love to see is how they run to the ball. He checks it down, and this guy's got nowhere to go. It's a big loss.
Important second down play coming up. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
Well, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
Trying to success the formation. It's third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Looking for a man deep on the right side. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. They finally bring him down, but what a return after the takeaway.
It's 3rd and long, so as an offensive coordinator, you can either play it conservative or trust your quarterback and take a shot downfield. They elect the latter, and it ends up backfiring.
The Longhorns offense takes the field. This one has been a defensive stalemate. Let's see if the offense can get something going here. Defense is coming after him. He cannot escape. It's a sack.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. Let's not forget, a still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
The loss sets up a 2nd and long from the 20. Looking to throw. It's Manning. Receiver makes the catch. They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Well, you could tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
Offense will try to convert a 3rd and long from the 27. We'll see if the defense brings the blitz. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
And I was hoping he'd be able to hold on to that football. That would have been a big play there on 3rd down. Now, big decision coming up here on 4th.
Longhorns will send their punt team onto the field. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example of the defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Oh, and he dropped it. You don't see that off from this guy. Brings up 4th down.
That's doing your homework as a defensive coordinator and making sure your players are dialed in on 3rd down. Obviously, it's 3rd and long. They want to get their best player to the football, so you double cover him, take him out, and force that quarterback to either force it into coverage or find someone else to make a play.
And on 4th down, the punter sends it away. This one will be fair caught. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. They're coming off a 3 and out, looking to produce a positive drive here. The quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker. Second down after that completion. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. Short throw complete to the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he gets 1st down yardage.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
A new set of downs after that completion. Off the play fake, looking to throw on 1st down. It's caught. A quick shovel pass there. They bring down the receiver, but that's a nice gain on that play.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
That completion makes it second down. And the wideout goes in motion. Throwing off play action. Catch made on the right side. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
You know, what separates good defenses from great defenses is you're going to give up some catches. But what do you do after the offense makes the reception? Are you giving up much space? Are you giving up yards after the catch? Here, just a really good job by this defense. Yeah, they gave up a reception, but right there to make a nice tackle for a loss.
Looking to throw again. Pressure is coming. Looks to the left, and it's complete. He'll be brought down to the 46, good enough for a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
And this one goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
What makes a really good counterplay is selling it to the defense. You're going to go one way and then handing it off in the opposite direction. But if you don't sell it, you're just giving the defense more time to see what's going on. They can come up and make the tackle, just like you saw there.
Back in motion now. A play action, looking to throw. Swarm for the pass rush, a sack.
Well, Chris, after another sack, these guys are going to be facing another third down and long situation. It seems like that's been the theme in this football game. They cannot stay on schedule offensively. It's making it very easy for the defense to get after the quarterback when you know he's in a must-throw situation.
So here comes third and long. Giving up that sack has made this a real challenge for the offense. Looking to throw it on third and very long. Grab down the middle. It's Moore. They finally make the tackle all the way down to the 32.
Well, there he is again. Another nice completion to this slot receiver, and he picks up the first down. You know, there's so much attention on the outside wide receivers, but if I'm trying to defend this offense, I'd be worried about those one-on-one matchups on the inside against this slot receiver.
Send the back in motion. Looking to throw. It's Manning. Pass rush closing in. Going to try to use his legs here. He's in the clear. Slides to avoid the big hit.
What a great play by the quarterback here. Everybody is blanketed in man coverage, so instead of forcing the ball, he just tucks it and takes off. Heads-up play to pick up a bunch of yards.
Back-to-back big plays. Defense is reeling. Set up first and goal now. Handoff in a single back formation. Touchdown, Longhorns. And they jump on top here in the second half. Well, they slowed the game down with a long, winding drive to produce a touchdown. That was impressive.
What's impressive to me is the consistency. You know, it's one thing to hit a receiver and you score a big touchdown, but to be able to go and sustain drives and keep the sticks moving, that puts a lot on the quarterback and the execution of the offense, and man, did they make that look easy.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The PAT puts them up 3. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out. It's Graham. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. They're coming off a quick 3 and out. So looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. They get him down, but that's a nice play. Moves the ball to the 33.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Off the play fake on first down. He's got it with room to run. They bring him down, but it's a big play all the way to the 43.
Boy, what a throw and catch again by the Ohio State Buckeye offense. You think about how Ohio State has been able to really grow over the years. Go back and think about Chris Carter back in the 80s and Joey Galloway in the 90s. And, of course, most recently with Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, Jackson Smith and Jigba. So many great receivers, and it's been fun to watch this young man today.
Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. Take it, get the ball to your receiver, and stay ahead of the sticks.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Well, good push up front here in this back. I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
The Buckeyes come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. Play action here on first down. Catch made by the tight end. Completion sets up the second down play. Grab behind the line. It's Smith. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Strong game by this quarterback. That's the kind of execution that's built on the practice field. A very precise pitch and catch for a touchdown.
Yeah, when we were out at practice, one thing that really stood out to me about this receiver was his ability to separate with his route running ability. You could see that right there on game day and how that shows up for a touchdown.
See if they can convert the point after. The extra point makes it a 4-point game. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Moore. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And their first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Scanning the field. It's Manning. Running back has it on the screen now. Good job of the defense to fight through the blocks on that screen. He's short of the first down mark. Notice how the balance of this passing game has been on display here. A whole bunch of guys getting involved, catching passes. That's tough to stop. 1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And he goes nowhere. Stop cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Chris has just really been the story of the game. This defense has completely eliminated this offense's ability to run the football, made them one-dimensional, and that's why they haven't been able to put many points on the board.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking for his big tight end. Wide open downfield. Tackle made after a big gain.
Well, trailing in the game like this, the offense really needed this conversion, and they got it. Let's see if they can build on some momentum after that.
The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. He'll hand it off. They continue to feed the running back, but he has had nowhere to go today. They've been getting owned at the line of scrimmage.
Chris, overall, it's been a tough day for this offense, but especially for this running back, just not able to find any kind of traction at all. And it's made this offense somewhat one-dimensional, and a large reason they're trailing in the fourth quarter.
To throw, it's Manning. Receiver makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. A short gain gets them a few yards closer to the marker.
A fourth quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. The Longhorns pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs.
A lot of times we talk about those tough, grinding yards. It's a running back that's fighting for those extra yards. Here, it's the tight end that needs to grind it out for first down yardage. Well done.
The Longhorns looking to keep this drive rolling. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Grab behind the line, it's Moore. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
Boy, these receiver screens, if run correctly, can be a big play with a convoy of linemen out in front. This time, just not able to get it going. And it's a nice job of the defense to prevent a big play.
Hands off to the left. The running back has been busy today, but not much to show for it. The defense all over him again.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
The offense 2 for 2 on third downs in this drive, but this will be tough. It's third and long. Out of the gun now on third down. Looking for a man deep down the middle. Oh, and he can't quite hold on. A great chance for their first interception here today, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Oh, man, nearly a disastrous play there by the quarterback. Look at his facial expressions right now. He knows that he caught a break, trying to force the ball in there. He's going to have to make better decisions moving forward and work through his progressions to find his open man.
And at fourth down, they'll punt it away here. And off the bounce, that punt will roll out of bounds. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. This game just got tighter. The temptation might be to sit on this lead, but we'll see how aggressive they get. On first down, it's play action. Caught! He's wide open. Look out! They stop him at the 45, but that's good for a first down.
But how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the fourth.
One play moves the ball to the 45. It'll be first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Lets it fly to the wideout. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
Great job by the quarterback with an accurate throw against man coverage for a first down. Overall, by the entire group, good execution by this offense.
Great start for the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. On the ground, it's Donaldson. As the first down is still going. They make the stop at the 25, but it's first and 10 for this offense.
Good call here by the offense to be able to pick up this first down. And, Chris, it makes you wonder, with under 3 minutes to go in this game and trailing, the defense sitting back in their base, I thought they might be in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset, turning the blitz loose, trying to create some plays to get the football back.
To the air, it's Sands. Slides with the throw. Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. The Buckeyes offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Tackle made after just a short gain.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
On third down, it's a handoff. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
So on fourth down, it's an all-important field goal attempt. Hold your breath here. Oh, and he knocks it right through.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. The Longhorns offense takes the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Handoff here from the shotgun. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Second down after that run on the previous play. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw it. Caught in the backfield. It's Moore. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
Interesting call here, Chris, with a screen pass in the fourth quarter late in the game. I think they're expecting the defense to get upfield on the pass rush. But give the defense all the credit. Recognizing it, almost really anticipating that this screen was coming, and then rallying to the ball.
To the air, it's Manning. Lets it go quickly. Oh, what a grab! An effective play, good for a first down at the 35.
Really good job here converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Quick completion to the tight end. They've got him at the 48. That's a first down.
Here the defense was committed to stop the run. And in an RPO, that's a dangerous thing to do. The quarterback sensed that, just pulled the ball out, got it out to the right flat for some good yards.
They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And the single back takes the handoff. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. That's reeled in. It's Baxter. That's a solid gain. Moves the football inside the 40. 1st and 10.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
Longhorns will have 1st and 10 here. A pre-snap motion from the offense. They'll run it to the left. The The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Dropping back, it's Manning. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And that play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield.
Interesting decision to go with a screen pass here in the 4th quarter, trailing. I think the defense is aware that you're going to be back there throwing the football, and they were locked in and anticipating that screen and kept it to a short gain.
9th play of the drive coming up. This is a tough 3rd and long. The final 2 minutes here. This defense trying to hang on. The offense trying to make a play to win it. Pressure moment for the quarterback. We'll see if he can stay calm and collected. Down a score late in the game. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. And the pass knocked down by the defense. Incomplete.
Hey, really good call here by the defensive coordinator working with the lead in the 4th quarter. Get 6 defensive backs with that dime look. Cover as much ground as you can and have as much speed as you can. I think the quarterback may have been confused there and just threw the ball away.
Down 1 possession in the 4th quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on 4th down. A deep shot right down the middle. Fights into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
What a touchdown by this offense. They're down 1 now, an extra point away from tying this game up with under 2 minutes to go.
And now here comes the point after attempt. And that PAT gives us a tie ball game here in the final quarter. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now to begin at the 19. Trying to find some room. It's Jackson. That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule and you get ready for that next play.
Makes it 2nd and medium. Dropping back, it's Sayans. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. So from the 28-yard line, it's a 3rd and manageable here. It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? Touchdown, Ohio State. They jump on top now here in the 4th.
Give credit to this offense. They work some clocks. They eventually get the ball in the end zone. Now they've got the lead. You kick the extra point, and you hope your defense can hold on so you can win this game.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT is up and good. They lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
Ohio State 27, Texas 20.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Return starts from inside the 5. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. Movement here from the tight end. They begin with a quick throw to the left. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker.
You know, it's a nice completion, but it's kind of another short game. Defense is keeping everything in front. I think the offensive coordinator's got to find a way to take some vertical shots to get some chunk plays.
Offense needs points quickly here, trying to dial up some explosive plays. Let's see what they've got called. Caught over the middle. It's Washington. And the coach quickly calls timeout after the play, trying to hold on to as much time as possible. They'll get set, needing to score quickly now, looking for some big plays right here. Looking to pass, it's Manning. Quick throw to his receiver. He's got a man down the middle. They finally get him down, but a big play for 46. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Grab down the middle. It's Moore. The offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management's going to be very important here in the final minutes. Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Looking to pass here on second down. Gets rid of it on the move. Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
So
time stopped on first down.
Wide receivers and the skill in this game. This is another example of a nice job by the offensive line, giving the quarterback ample amount of time to be able to evaluate the defense and make a good throw. Good job up front by the big guys.
The pocket breaking down. Loose football. Defense makes the recovery a turnover. But a dream finish for this defense. Take the ball away, crush any chance of a comeback. Now you can just kneel down and secure the win. So the job is simple here. Just take a knee, run out the clock, and begin the celebration. When you're a team that comes in, Kirk, with great expectations, big goals at the end, you're going to get tested. They were tested here today by another ranked team. I was impressed how they responded.
Chris, there's no doubt about it. I think the thing that really stood out to me is the way they played for 4 quarters, just dominating football. And this is a team that's had to deal with being kind of the hunted, the team that knows that every single week teams want to bring them down. They took on a very talented team today and just dominated.
And that is going to do it. We enjoy being here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly. But you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Kent State Golden Flashes, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Golden Flashes will kick it away first. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will be first on the attack. And it's often said quarterback is the most high-profile position in sports, and when you have a guy like this, how could it not be?
Yeah, he's the guy that the defense is going to be keying on. They've had all week long to watch film to get ready for him, but David, when you have his kind of athletic ability and his kind of arm talent, he is so difficult to stop.
Yeah, you can have all week, you can have all season. This guy is so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They trust him, they know what he brings to the table. This offense revolves around what he can do.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got the tight end. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on 1st down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye.
There he goes! Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17. The Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll try to get outside. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
He'll keep it himself. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it at the 12.
I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Rolls it in. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And that's a really good example of why offensive coordinators script plays. You know the down and distance, and you know which routes can get you to the stick. So there's no wasted time. That coordinator got the play in early to his quarterback, knowing that his players were going to be able to execute.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Golden Flashes offense will go to work for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical.
Oh, he's got some space. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Got it in the middle. It's Nubin. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps them on pace for success.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in those gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at 22.
It's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front, they could not protect him well.
The Golden Flashes send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Makes the catch. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Gets rid of it. Quickly to the tight end. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you've got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buckeyes are in the red zone. Give to the running back. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on second down. And you see guys leading into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
The Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way. At least create a hole so the running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
The give is to Garcia. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get into the ground. That is a ball.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. He's got an open man. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They moved the chains. They marked it at the 29.
Huh?
You know, one of the areas that separate good
Where?
offensive coordinators from great ones
She's
is how
about to
efficient
get it
their
now.
offenses are on third down passing plays. That
Sorry.
was the perfect call at the perfect time, and obviously executed well.
And the golden flashes come to the line with a new set of downs. Handoff from the gun. Past the first down marker and still running. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The golden flashes have their offense in high gear. Right back to the well. Breaks into the open. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see
5 for 33 yards. That's not bad.
Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
So now it's 2nd and long. On the ground with the counter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
How about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start, man. We're still in the first half. He's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
3rd and long situation, we're bringing an extra DB on the field. We're telling our front guys to pin your ears back and go get the QB, and they get the job done.
And the golden flashes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Peoples. Turning it on! And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
To throw, it's Sayens. Quick strike complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Quick completion on the out route. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Right. 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Using his legs, it's Jackson. There he goes!
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Dropping back, it's Sayens. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On third down, he drops the throw. He's got it and still on his feet. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner is stopped. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Garcia. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed.
Screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Third down play from the gun. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stops. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Garcia. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
The Golden Flashes can really attack on this second and short. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
And the Golden Flashes will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
And the defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. They'll ride the hot hand. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. After the run, now to throw. Finds his big tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guys.
To the air, it's Sayens. Finds his big tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And third down, great job by this offense. Move the chains, give yourself another fresh set of downs, but find the big targets in the red zone. Those guys make life easy on a quarterback.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. Oh, that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off. He gets a positive gain.
The golden flashes in a good spot here with second and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Harris. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
When you run those routes, those curl routes just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line. And the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job. Great catch. First down.
Off the play fake. Under fire. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and you never complain.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Got his man. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
A strike downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold on.
Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. From the gun, he'll try to throw. With the catch, it's Clark. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Yeah. Nice job there. Good timing and the wide receiver executing that out.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Finds his big tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming.
And a nice effort by the running back. Way to get some positive yards. Nice play call. Still short, though, right? Now it's 4th and short. Decision time. It's not a decision. You're going for it. But what play do you want to run to go for it?
And the golden flashes will send out the punt unit. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Got it behind the line. It's Jackson.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Dropping back, it's Sayens. Makes the grab. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
The Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Martin. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Nice move there. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Golden Flashes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Garcia. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it on this drive. Great news to see the quarterback make that last throw there to pick up the first down. They need him to play great in the second half.
Off the play fake on first down. He'll try to do it himself. And they'll get him down, but boy, did he put some dudes in the spin cycle. My goodness.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lower the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he still competes.
Direct snap. Runs through a tackle. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Splits the uprights right down the middle.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Rides the back on the option, the give. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage from no gain on the play.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Jackson. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Looking for a man. It's Sayers. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And offensively, we know it's hard throwing the ball in 3rd and long situations because the defense can play big zone coverages. They got a lot of guys with their eyes on you, so the QB had no shot there. Nobody open. Nice job not forcing it, not risking a turnover, just throwing it away.
And the Buckeyes decide to punt it away. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. They'll put that return to a stop in the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Off the play fake on first down to throw. That's caught. It's Newman. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Going to try to get it himself.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. The sure hands, it's Harris. Breaks into the open. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And the golden flashes, getting set on 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, better look out. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a 1st down.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another 1st down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
To the air on 1st down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
The Golden Flashes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Trying play action. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Now a lot of work work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for a crease, it's Jackson. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
To the air, it's Sayens. Gets it out quickly. At the 20, he's got space. Turning it on. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be. And a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Caught behind the line. It's Smith. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receivers. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force the negative play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Trying to get behind the defense. Brings it in down the left side. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. A 1st down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And the running back gets a 2nd rushing touchdown in the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. He's got his man. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Keeps it and gets past the chains. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
And it's just a pick-your-poison thing for this defense. They decide to play man-to-man, really good coverage in the back end, taking away the pass, but then what happened? The quarterback sees it. Not only does he see it, everybody trailing their guy, so much space for him. He takes off and makes the huge run for this offense.
Pocket breaking down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
And the Golden Flashes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping to run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Fires to the big fella. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do you do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. On the ground, it's Donaldson. Gives them a little more breathing room. A 3-yard gain out to the 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They'll leave it with him. He's got a little room. He'll pick up 6 out to the 13.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Buckeyes are facing third and inches. They'll try to sneak it.
And David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get on.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
And the Buckeyes will have it first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 and the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. The Buckeyes are on the move. Off play action. Got his man downfield. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. And Jesse, he just keeps piling up numbers, over 350 yards for the game.
And I feel like from the get-go, Reese, this guy's just been in a great rhythm all game long. He just seems like he's dialed in, and man, he's been accurate throwing the rock.
Back to throw, it's Sayens. Got his man quickly. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Grab behind the line. It's Tate. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, the ground game. Sweet cut there. There he goes. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll give it to him again. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Jackson. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
A 3rd and long here. They can't pick up the first down without getting the touchdown. Back to throw. It's Sayens. Hauls it in. Give him 6. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Ready to try the point after. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it out. It's Martin. And the returner goes down. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, the give, looking for room. The golden flashes really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes.
It is so nice when you get a team down and you know the pass is coming. They have to pass, and that's why that dude's got 3 sacks, because they're pummeling them. All passing situations, all rushing the passer, all padding the stats.
And the golden flashes will punt it away on 4th down. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting points this time. Got a man, it's Smith. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run play action. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line. They are in no mood to show any mercy as they keep flexing their muscle on offense.
Up big in the fourth quarter and just keep taking shots down the field. That tells you something, okay? You can take what you want from it, but this offense definitely not interested in running clock, interested in making a point.
Off play action on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
You can just see the command this guy has of the offense. He's been picking this defense apart, matriculating the ball down the field. He's now got him in the red zone, close to the goal line. I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep letting him throw it.
This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing first and goal. He'll pull it on the option and try to do it himself. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The returner will field it and bring it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle it down. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Oh, he's got some space. Tackle is made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's kind of what we've seen from this offense all game long, man. It's been hard. It's been a struggle. Receiver and quarterback just not on the same page. Somebody out wide needs to step up, needs to make some plays for their QB because they're in a huge hole, and they need some explosive passes.
Throws for the tight end. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game. You know it's past. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Punt is on its way. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The breaks into the open. And he jukes the first guy, made him miss, and picked up a few before being brought down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Buckeyes come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The inside handoff. At the 35, he's got room. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone, right at the 20.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game. And he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Now from inside the red zone. Right on the money. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
Looking downfield, it's Sayans. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they take it in for 6 more points. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Sends it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the fourth quarter.
The Golden Flashes will line up to punt it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. And he's brought down after a nice game. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. The handoff keeps working on that clock. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to get the corner. Oh, what a move to get open. Turning it on. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Pollard.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen his big moments in this game. They have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, but that's where his offense will go to work.